Now that you've done quite a bit of research, you can start the development. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I started the development of this character from very basic rough thumbnails. Based on my research, I've got a pretty clear idea of the physicality and the costuming for the character, and now in the thumbnailing stage, I'm going to start clarifying her personality. To do this, I'm going to spend a bit of time drawing poses and shapes for this character. There are two ways of approaching this stage of rough drawings. You can do your roughs in shading or in lines. A lot of people like to block in silhouettes to capture a pose like this, using very broad strokes and shading. Out of these shadows, something very interesting can emerge, but this way of working keeps you from getting too bogged down in detail because you're using such broad strokes. I'm using a fairly big brush in Photoshop, and I've set the opacity of the brush to about 80% so that I can get a nice wash effect. And it also adds to the tonality of the drawings and gives a bit of depth. Another way is to let your line work around an imagined pose and to try and let the character draw itself almost. In this way, you're intuitively drawing areas of importance, but in a very scribbly, free-form way. In this instance, I'm using a small-ish brush, and if you're working on paper, don't use an eraser, just keep everything loose and simple. Find out which style suits you the best for roughs and thumbnailing, or try both. Once you've done one rough drawing, keep going. The idea here is that you're trying to do as many as you can. You can draw up to about 10 or 20 different poses because you're working fast and gesturally. When it comes to refining the drawings, you'll probably only choose about 2 or 3 out of the whole lot. But getting as many down as possible now helps you to get better and better at the poses and helps you to refine the character for yourself. In the development stage of character design, that's precisely what you're looking for, the personality and the character of the character. Does your character stand in a defiant way, or are they soft and lazy, slouching, all that kind of stuff? So in order to do that, you've got to keep it loose and as rough as possible. You should spend quite a bit of time just drawing in this way. It's important at this stage to stay wide open to new possibilities. And if you begin right away to get into details, you'll miss those possibilities that could really enhance your design.